Hello everyone, this is Chris Jamel at Exciton Interactive, and by the time that we are done with this video, we will have created, well, it'll be off camera, creating the examples. They'll be contained within the article though. And so we'll have the examples, we'll have them registered, we'll even create a forms module, although not without some bit of difficulty on my part to create it, but we'll create a module that will contain all of our controls, components, and all that. Makes it easier to import into our examples module. And like I said, we'll have all of our links for the examples up here. We'll use this, the ability in Pug to iterate over an array so that we don't have to copy and paste in our template for the navigation, but we'll see all that in the video. Like I mentioned just now, that again, you can find a link to the article for this video in the description below. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. So in the previous video, we managed to copy all of the forms or files from our basic example over to our checkbox and update them accordingly. As I mentioned before, it's just not a very interesting topic, or not a very interesting thing to watch. So what I've already done is gone ahead and done the same thing for all of our other input, or for all of our other controls, the input, the radio, select, and text area. Of course, if you are interested in seeing the code itself, then it's all shown in the article for this video, so you can go ahead and check that out there. We are going to start from here. Alright, so let's make a slight detour. What we're going to do here, so not related to the examples much. If we look at the form examples module, I think in the previous video, of course, we're importing all of our components, and even in the previous video, I'm the one writing the code, and even I forgot to include the XE radio component within this entry components array, so that it can be, we can create it and insert it into our DOM element. So what we should do is to make it easier to use our controls, and that way we never have to remember to add the radio component to the entry components array ever again. So we're going to do that by creating a new file. So within our forms folder, we'll choose new, and what we'll do is we'll call it forms.module.ts. All right, perfect. Let me sort of collapse some of this together. All right, so here this is going to be a feature module. So what we're going to need to do is to import from let's do this, from Angular Core. We need to import from Angular Common. And of course, since we're using forms here, we've used the Angular forms module, we've used the reactive forms module. Helps if you can speak. So we want the ng module from this thing. We want the common module from here, and we want, like I was unable to say earlier, the reactive forms module from Angular Forms. We're also going to need to import from right here our form component, or form group, I mean. So we have an XE form group component here, and of course we need to import all of our controls. So we'll just get those from the controls controls index, and we got enough of them. 2 lines here. So XE checkbox component, XE input component, XE radio, XE radio group, and XE select. Last but not least, the text area. All right, so perfect. I see little mistakes all over my article. So now we do ng module. I figure it would be first one to pop up. No. And let's just put in the bottom here so that get rid of our squiggly line. So we'll export a class and we'll call it XC Forms Module. All right, so back to the forms definition here. We need the declarations. And look, I'm just going to copy them in. So it's basically everything that we just imported before. Like I was just mentioning previously, we need the entry components. We want that to be XC radio component. And then we'll just export everything. It's gonna exports. There we go. We'll go ahead and save that. Why do we have two up here? Now let's try saving that. Great. So we'll close that and we'll go into our form examples index.ts. And the reason we want it to be in here is now that I've added all of the, no, not the form examples. Form examples index. So we have the basic and the checkbox. We need to include all the others that we've just magically created off camera. So this one is input. Oops. Input component. Export from. What else do we have? Radio. Export star from, of course, second radio. Wonder why. Oh no, we're not doing controls, we're doing examples. There's only one of them. So we have the radio and export star from. We have select and select component. Last one is the text area component. Save that. So now we go to our form examples module, and up to the top here. So what do we want to update? We need to more mistakes everywhere. Okay. So we want, so the checkbox components, all that stuff, that is going to be contained within our modules. So let's just import from where we are, forms module. And that gives us the XC forms module. So, oh, that's why I still need them. Back up. Actually, let's just, should have copied it before we backed up a bit. Back up. We still need these. And the reason that I need them, no, I don't need them. Long day. All right, so we have those. We do actually, though, need to include all of our examples. So we have basic, checkbox, this one's input, this one will be radio, select, text area. All right. Let's also add in our routes. So as opposed to typing them all, and we need what? Input. Very simple, right? Path, it's all lowercase, and then the appropriate component for it. Let's go ahead and remove all of the things that are causing our red squigglies here. Go ahead and remove the entry components, and we'll come down to the bottom of this and put our XC forms module. So let's go ahead and save that. If everything is going as planned, we should see no errors going on here. So let's refresh. Input example component. So we managed to forget the example component. Input example component. Okay, yes, once again, idiot, you have to include them here. So we have the input example component. Oh, you don't want to help me. Whole world is against me here. So let's just copy them in. So we have the input, the radio, select, and the text area. Save it again. Back to the browser. I see you rebundling. I'm going to refresh before you manage to do that. And since it's not a known property, so if you follow the notes, I would have done this correctly in the first place. But, you know, I just decided to go it alone. What we needed to do was to just flat out did not import anything into this. So import an array. So the common module, common module, and the forms module. All right, and it's supposed to be imports. Save it once again. Back to the browser. Are we up to date? Form group, since it's not. What? Now that. So reactive forms module is what we're looking for. We're going to import forms module, wherever the heck that came from. All right. So now with all this fumbling around, we have everything updated and running again correctly. All right. So now we need a way to get to these examples, right? So we need to update our navigation. Bigger navigation. So let's go back in here, close these. We need to go to our form examples component pug and undo all of that. So we could continue to do what we are doing now, right? We'll just add in the rest of our links here, right? Just like that. We're done, ready to go. But this offends my sensibilities here, so let's use pug for a little bit. You know, use the ability to iterate real quick. So let's create a mix in here. I called it router links. And inside of here, we'll put the UL. And then inside here, we'll use, so this is built into pug, each text in, and we'll build up a little array here. So we want basic, checkbox, capital input, radio, select, and text area. So the each will then iterate over that array. And what we'll do is create a JavaScript variable path, and that's going to be equal to the text that gets passed into here, and we'll say to lowercase. And then what we'll do is just say A and router link. The router link is going to be equal to, whoops, don't need the quotations, equal to the path. So that's just lowercasing all the text. We need router link active. That's equal to active dash link. And of course, we need our text. So now we can get rid of all of this, and we can say plus router links and give that a save there. And go back to the right browser. So now we have all of our links up here, and we're going to hope. We're going to bring up our console there. We hope we click on input, we get the input, radio, select, text area. Let's go back to the select. Take a look. It looks like everything is working correctly, and we can change our values and go back to the basic, and it still works. So it looks like we've managed to now create everything correctly, and all of our examples are working. I think in the next video, so in the previous video, I mentioned some optimizations that we can do with the change detection for Angular, and I think that we'll focus on those in the next video. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. I know that your time is valuable. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and click the thumbs up button, as well as share the video with your friends. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. And once again, thank you, and I will talk to you in the next video.